Hi everybody, welcome to the Matt Weston 365 YouTube channel. What we're going to be looking at today is another basic concept of flows in Power Automate. We're going to be exploring conditional logic. So there are two real ways that we deal with conditional logic when we're using Flow and Power Automate. And they are expressed as if, so a condition, or if we have multiple legs, then we can have a switch. And there are two real ways that I look at how and when to use this. And rather than just try and explain it, I'm going to use a demo to try and illustrate how and when I would use both of these and exactly how they differ in their uses. So here we are in Power Automate, and I've got a very basic flow on the screen at the moment. And that is going to effectively, from a manual trigger, is just going to get today's day, so the day of the week. Now the first route that I'm going to explore is I'm going to explore the condition, so the if statement. An if statement is designed to really have one of two outcomes. It will first of all evaluate as to whether it's going to be true or false based on a criteria. And based on that criteria, it will either go down a yes leg, a positive route, or a no leg, a negative route. So if I look at today's day, if I wanted to run some logic and only run this on a Wednesday, then I would use a condition. So let's go and do that first of all. So I'm going to come in and add a new step. Within my flow, I'm going to go and add a condition. Now you can see here that I have a yes and a no, I have a true and a false outcome, and I have a condition. Now that condition can take a number of different types of inputs. It can have a number of different comparisons. It can have multiple comparisons all taking place within the condition. And I can also provide a comparator, so what I'm going to compare to. But the key thing is that no matter what combination of conditions I actually put into this first step here, either the whole expression has to equate to true, in which case it will come down the green leg, or if it doesn't, it will always come down the no leg. So again, let's come back to my scenario where I'm going to take the day of the week. So I'm going to take my compose, I'm going to take the outputs, and I'm going to place that into the condition. So this could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so on. Today is going to be Wednesday. I can say it's going to be equal to, and likewise, I've got a number of different comparisons there that I can use based on what the type of data is that I'm comparing with. And I can then go and type in where the outputs of the day of the week is equal to Wednesday. If it's true, then we're going to do something. If it's not, we're going to do something else. So I'm going to come into here and I'm just going to use a send mail. So I'm just going to provide an email address there. So this was sent on Wednesday. This is my Wednesday email. And let's do the same on the other side. Let's go and add an email on that side as well. Let's do exactly the same again. And this time it's going to be not my Wednesday email. Okay, so I've now got two different actions taking place here. Oh, I've lost my email address. So I've got two different actions taking place based on whether this equates to true or false. So it's either going to be true, it's going to send this was sent on a Wednesday, or no, this was not my Wednesday email. So based on that, let's go and run a test. So let's go and test. I'll perform the trigger action. Let's go and run it. And so because today is Wednesday, the outcome of the condition, remember it can only ever be true or false as equated to true. And so it will come down my green leg. If it was Thursday, or any other day except for Wednesday, then it would have equated to false and it would have come down my no leg. But what happens if I want to send a different email on every single day of the week? Quite often what people tend to do, because they don't know about any other way of doing it, is they'll come and add another step. And they'll add a condition. And so we then have a comparison, which is equal to Thursday. And we do the same for Friday and Saturday and so on. Or what I also see quite a lot of is that we also see a lot of nested conditions. So we can only have nested conditions to a certain point. So if we have a lot of conditions taking place in there, then looping or embedding condition after condition after condition can become very unwieldy, and we are going to hit the limit of what Power Automate can actually let us do. So what are the options? So if I have a comparison to start off with, but I have several potential outcomes, then I can use a switch statement. So let's delete my condition. Let's come to add a new step. And this time, rather than selecting a condition, I'm going to use a switch. Now, switch is very much a programming term. It's a way of taking an input and then defining cases. So what are the various outcomes? So a case is an outcome. So for example, if I go and say that I'm going to switch on my day of the week, I know that the days of the week can be anything from Monday to Sunday. So I can have individual cases here for where the case is equal to Monday, where the case is equal to Tuesday, and so on. And I can keep building those out. So I'm just going to go and I'm just going to go up to Wednesday. So let's say that when Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday are the days of our main activity. What I have as part of the switch is I also have a default leg. So the default leg will be called if none of the other cases actually match my output. So for example, I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if I have, if the day is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then it will come down my default leg. So we've always got that available to us. We don't need to create a case for every single outcome, if, particularly if we've got cases that are very similar that can work together. But one of the things that you'll notice is that the operator for my case is always an equals. So with a condition, I had more flexibility where I could do greater thans and I could do less thans and so on. I don't have that flexibility with a switch. I only have equals. But then I could come into here and I could come and let's create another mail again. So that's going to be my Monday email. I'm just going to copy this and I'm just going to paste this again. No, it doesn't want to let me paste. So I'm just going to go ahead and create that. So that's going to be my Tuesday email. And then finally, my Wednesday email. Okay, and let's do a default one as well, just so that we can capture the others. So let's send an email. So this is going to be my other day email. Okay, so I've now got 4 outcomes here. I'm basing it on the switch. So when it actually comes down, it will look at the day of the week. It will switch. Based on a Monday, it will come down this leg, Tuesday this leg, Wednesday, and any other day. So let's just go and run that and see that in action. Okay, so my flow's run. Today's Wednesday. So Wednesday is going to be passed into my switch, and you can see the expression result here. And as you can see that my case has been skipped. Case 2 has been skipped. Case 3 has a green tick against it because that's the root that is equal to true. So equals Wednesday, and therefore it's actually gone and done that. And just to show that my default route hasn't run, then I've also got a skipped against that. So those are our 2 options for conditional logic within Power Automate. If we've got a very simple condition, which is going to equate true or false, yes or no, then we can use a condition. If we have something that is going to potentially have several outcomes, and we need to have different logic running for each of those outcomes, then we can use a switch. Perfect example, days of the week, processing something different on every single day. So I hope that's helped to alleviate some of that grey area around conditional logic. I really hope that you start to use that to help, one, reduce the complexity of your flows and you're not nesting lots and lots of conditions. But it's also good just to help you have those branches in your logic, and don't forget you can always come back in again after that branching has taken place. So for now, I hope that was useful. If you've got any questions, please do feel free to comment on the video. Please feel free to reach out on Twitter or LinkedIn. You can find me at mattweston365. And I'll be happy to give you any help that you might need. But for now, take care of yourselves and we'll speak again soon.